Emergency in space. The patient no one would touch. The emergency alarm rang loudly through the space station. Red lights flashed. People ran. Something was wrong. Dr. Alex Rowan stood near the window of the medical bay watching the panic outside. He had only been working on the alien space station for 6 months. It was part of a peace program between humans and other species. But nothing today felt peaceful. Suddenly, the doors of the medical bay opened with a loud hiss. 2 alien guards rushed in, carrying a small body on a hover stretcher. It was a girl, unconscious. Her skin was light blue, her hair silver and short. Strange symbols were marked on her arms. "We need help now," one guard shouted. The head alien doctor, Dr. Thaler, stepped forward. He looked at the girl for 3 seconds, then stepped back. "Not her," he said coldly. "We don't treat her kind." "But she's dying," the guard protested. Dr. Thaler looked away. "Let her die." Alex stared in shock. He had never seen anything like this. A patient brought in for help, and the doctors refused. "What species is she?" Alex asked softly. Dr. Thaler turned to him. "She is from the Ziyari. They are forbidden, dangerous. We have strict laws, no treatment, no contact." Alex frowned. "But she's just a girl." "A girl from a cursed bloodline," Thaler said. "Her people started wars, killed thousands. It is better she dies." The girl's breathing was weak. Her hands twitched. Alex's heart beat faster. Back on Earth, doctors never asked where someone came from. They just helped. He remembered his first day of medical school, the oath. Help the one in front of you, no matter who they are. "What happened to her?" Alex asked, stepping closer. "Unknown infection," the guard replied. "She collapsed near the docking bay. We think she was hiding on a cargo ship." Dr. Thaler turned to the other alien doctors. "We will wait. When she dies, report her body." The medical staff started leaving. No one looked at the girl. Alex stood frozen. Was this really how they worked here? The girl's lips moved. Barely. He leaned in. "Please," she whispered. That was enough. Alex stepped forward. "I'm treating her." Dr. Thaler turned. "No, you will not." "Then stop me," Alex said. Silence. The alien guards looked at each other. Alex pushed the stretcher into an empty room and locked the door behind him. "Computer, secure room. Medical override, code red," he ordered. The room lights dimmed. The medical scanner came alive. Alex put on gloves and began scanning her body temperature dropping, pulse weak. The computer voice said, "Infection spreading through blood." Alex looked at the results. The infection didn't match anything he had seen before, except something very old, something from Earth. He quickly searched the database. Yes, it was similar to a human infection from centuries ago. Deadly, if untreated. He opened the girl's mouth, checked her breathing, and gave her a dose of oxygen. Outside, alarms began to ring. The locked medical room had triggered the station's alert system. They knew what he was doing. A message flashed on the screen. "Unauthorized medical procedure in progress." Alex didn't care. He connected a tube to her arm, starting a fluid drip. "Stay with me," he whispered. "You're not dying today." As he worked, he noticed something odd. Under the blue skin, there were signs of healing scars, marks from old wounds. Whoever she was, she had survived many things before. He checked her vitals again. She was stable, but just barely. Suddenly, the girl opened her eyes, bright green, full of pain and fear. "Why? Are you helping me?" she asked in a weak voice. Alex paused. "Because no one else would," he said. And deep in his heart, he knew this moment would change everything. Breaking galactic rules to save a life. The locked door behind Dr. Alex Rowan shook with heavy pounding. "Open this door now, human," came the voice of Dr. Thaler from outside. Alex didn't answer. He couldn't. The alien girl lying on the medical bed was still unconscious. Her breathing was slower now. Her skin had turned pale violet. Another bad sign. He stared at the medical screen. The infection was growing faster than he expected. "Computer," he said quickly. "Analyze infection pattern and compare to old Earth data." "Working," the machine replied in a calm tone. Outside, voices grew louder. Station security was arriving. Alex knew what would happen if they broke in. He would be arrested. They might let the girl die just to prove a point. And worst of all, no one would ever know the truth about her illness. But he also knew something else. If he stopped now, she wouldn't make it. He opened a secure file from his old Earth database. A forgotten illness called Red Plague. Deadly, but once beaten by a now banned treatment. The symptoms matched almost perfectly. He glanced at the girl. Her fingers twitched again. She was fighting to live. The computer beeped. Match confirmed. 89% similarity to Red Plague. Treatment suggestion, nano serum, Generation 3, prototype status. Alex's heart sank. Generation 3 nano serum was banned in most parts of the galaxy. Too aggressive, too human, too risky for alien biology. But it was all he had. He opened his personal kit. Inside, hidden under layers of old equipment, was a single vial of the serum. He had smuggled it from Earth long ago, thinking he might never use it. Now it was her only chance. Just as he loaded the serum into the injector, the girl opened her eyes again. "What? What are you doing?" she asked, her voice shaking. Alex leaned over her. "Saving your life." "No, you can't," she whispered. "They'll kill you." He smiled sadly. "I've already broken the law. Might as well finish the job." The door behind him let out a warning tone. Automatic override in 30 seconds. He didn't wait. He pressed the injector to her arm and let the serum flow into her veins. At first, nothing happened. Then her body arched, eyes wide, mouth open in a silent scream. Her skin glowed with strange light, blue and white, pulsing through her veins like fire. "Computer!" Alex shouted. "Status? Vital signs unstable. Serum reacting. Unknown side effects." Her heart monitor beeped wildly. Alex tried to calm her, placing a hand gently on her shoulder. "Stay with me. You're strong. Fight it." Outside, a loud bang. The door finally opened. Dr. Thaler stepped in with 2 alien guards behind him, weapons drawn. "Step away from the patient," Thaler shouted. Alex didn't move. "She's not stable yet. If you interrupt now, she could die." "You've committed a crime, human," one of the guards yelled. "You used forbidden Earth medicine. You are under arrest." The girl suddenly gasped and coughed, her eyes full of tears. "Alex," she whispered. The guards froze. She knew his name. "How? Do you know him?" Thaler demanded. The girl turned her head slowly. "Because he's the only one who looked at me like a person." Alex stood up, facing the alien guards. "I don't care what rules I broke. If saving someone makes me a criminal, then so be it." A silence filled the room. The girl's vitals began to stabilize. Pulse normal, breathing steady, infection retreating. The computer said. Dr. Thaler looked at her, then at Alex, then back again. His face twisted in confusion and, "Fear, this shouldn't be possible," he whispered. "Maybe not for you," Alex replied. "But humans, we do things differently." Suddenly, another voice came from the hallway, older, deeper. "What's going on here?" asked a tall alien in long gray robes. "Counselor Julik, a member of the Galactic Medical Council." Thorns of panic twisted in Alex's stomach. Counselor Julik walked in and looked directly at the girl. His eyes narrowed. "What is she doing here?" "She was dying," Alex said. "I helped her." Julik turned sharply. "Do you know what she is?" Alex nodded. "She's sick. That's all that matters." "She is Zayari," Julik said. "They are not allowed inside this station. And if anyone finds out she's alive, it could start another war." Alex looked at the girl, then back at Julik. "Then hide her." He said calmly. But don't let her die. Counselor Ulick stared at Alex in silence. The girl, now sitting up slowly, touched her arm. A glowing mark appeared on her skin, something old, something forgotten. Ulick's eyes widened. That mark? It's not possible. Alex leaned in. What is it? Ulick stepped back. She's not just Zayari. She's a hybrid. Part human. Everyone in the room froze. The girl looked down, ashamed. My father was from Earth. He died in the war. Alex's world turned upside down. This wasn't just a patient. This was a secret the galaxy had buried, and now it had just woken up. The price of mercy. The medical bay was quiet now, but the silence was sharp, like the edge of a blade. Dr. Alex Rowan stood near the girl's bed, eyes heavy with fear and thoughts racing. Beside him, the alien girl, half Zayari, half human, breathed calmly for the first time since her rescue. The deadly infection was gone. The forbidden serum had worked, but the real danger had just begun. Behind him, Counselor Ulick stared at the glowing mark on the girl's arm, a symbol from ancient war records. It looked human, but no known human military used it. Not anymore. This mark, Ulick whispered. It belongs to the old world, before the human-Zilari conflict. Alex looked at the girl. She didn't speak. She just stared at her hands like she barely understood what she was. You said your father was from Earth? Alex asked gently. Do you know his name? She nodded. Commander Jonas Creed. He died when I was 3. Ulick stepped back, in disbelief. Jonas Creed, he said. He vanished during the siege of Draelos. Everyone thought he was dead. His last signal came from a Zayari prison ship. The girl nodded. He escaped. He met my mother there. They ran. They hid until... She paused, swallowing hard. Until my mother died. And I was left alone. Alex's mind spun. Commander Jonas Creed was a legend, a hero, and now his daughter was in front of him, half human, half Zayari. Something that was never supposed to exist. Do you understand what this means? Ulick said, turning to Alex. If the Galactic Council finds out she's alive, let alone a hybrid, war will return. The treaty was clear. No unions, no mixing of bloodlines. The humans and Zayari agreed to it. Then maybe the treaty was wrong, Alex said calmly. Ulick's eyes narrowed. You broke the law, Doctor. Used forbidden medicine, treated an illegal being. You should be arrested, executed. And yet, Alex replied, pointing at the girl, she's alive, and she hasn't hurt anyone. Before Ulick could answer, an alarm went off. Security alert. Breach in Sector 3, unknown ship approaching. Ulick's face turned pale. They found her. Alex looked at the girl. Who? Zayari warlords, she said softly. They've been hunting me. They think I'm a threat to their power. I know things. About the war. About what really happened. Suddenly, the lights in the medbay flickered. The station shook. A distant explosion echoed through the walls. Alex rushed to the window. Outside, a dark, sleek ship hovered near the docking bay. Unmarked, silent, dangerous. They're coming for her, he said. Ulick hesitated. We have to turn her in. Let the council decide. Alex stepped in front of the girl. No, she's not a weapon. She's not a mistake. She's proof that there's still hope. And if you won't protect her, I will. Ulick stared at him. For a moment, neither spoke. Then Ulick pressed a button on his wrist. A hologram flickered to life. An old message. Commander Creed's voice echoed in the room. If anyone finds this, know that my daughter is not the enemy. She carries the truth. The Zayari lied. The war was never about peace. It was about control. If she lives, the truth lives. The hologram ended. The room was silent again. Ulick turned away, breathing hard. We've been lied to. For years. Suddenly, the medical bay doors opened. 2 station guards ran in. "Sir, the intruder ship has landed. Unidentified life forms are heading this way. They're heavily armed." Alex grabbed a medical kit and turned to the girl. "Can you walk?" She nodded. "I can fight too." Ulick finally spoke. "You have 10 minutes. There's a hidden service tunnel behind the cryo chamber. It leads to the old cargo bays. It's off-grid. They won't find you there." Alex looked at him. "Why are you helping us now?" Ulick's voice was low. "Because mercy has a price, and maybe I've been paying the wrong one." He handed Alex a small chip. "Take this. It's access to my personal ship, docked in Bay 17. If you get to it, you can escape." "What about you?" Alex asked. "I'll stall them," Ulick said. "Go." They didn't wait. Alex helped the girl up. Together they slipped behind the cryo chamber and into the dark tunnel. The lights were dim and the metal walls were cold. The girl leaned on him, still weak but moving. As they disappeared into the shadows, the sound of boots filled the medbay. The Zayari hunters had arrived. In the darkness, Alex spoke quietly. "What do they want from you?" the girl replied. Her voice hollow. "They don't want me. They want what's inside my head." Alex looked at her, confused. "What do you mean?" She stopped walking. Looked at him. "I remember everything," she said. "Things my father showed me. Hidden files, secret research about the disease, about the war, and about a weapon." "What weapon?" Alex whispered. The girl looked ahead into the tunnel. "Me," she said. A cure from Earth. The air in the hidden tunnel was thick and cold. Dr. Alex Rowan moved carefully, one hand gripping a small flashlight, the other supporting the girl as they walked deeper into the metal corridors beneath the space station. The lights flickered above them and the distant sound of boots echoed behind. Closer now, they were running out of time. "Keep moving," Alex whispered. The girl, part human, part Zayari, was pale but awake, her mind sharp. She moved slower, now, but her eyes were scanning everything. She wasn't just surviving, she was remembering. "We're close," she said suddenly, pointing at a locked panel on the wall. "Behind this. My father hid something here before he died." Alex opened the panel. Inside was a small, metallic box, covered in dust and forgotten years. The girl opened it with trembling hands. Inside were 3 things: a memory chip, an old photo, and a second vial of the same serum Alex had used to save her. "This can't be," Alex said, staring at the serum. "This version was never released." "He made it in secret," she said. "It's better than yours, safer, and designed for non-humans." Alex realized something chilling. He wasn't just hiding you. He was working on something bigger. The girl nodded. He believed the plague wasn't natural. He thought someone created it. Alex's stomach twisted. "You think the infection was a weapon?" "Not just a weapon," she whispered. "A test." A loud boom shook the tunnel behind them. Dust fell from the ceiling. "They're breaching the doors," Alex said. "We need to move." They continued deeper into the tunnel, finally reaching an old cargo bay. It was huge, dark, cold, filled with abandoned crates and metal wreckage. In the center stood a broken research pod. The girl stepped toward it. "This is where he worked," she said softly. "Before they found us." Alex opened the pod. Inside, old data drives blinked faintly with power. He connected them to his wrist display. One file popped up. "Project Morrow Human Zayari Hybrid Resistance Program." "What is this?" he asked. The girl looked away. "I wasn't just born to survive. I was created to resist the infection, to carry the cure." Alex stared at her, stunned. "You're immune." "Not completely," she said, "but I can fight it. And if they get my blood, they can turn it into a vaccine. Or worse." Alex understood. The infection wasn't an accident. It was a plan. Someone wanted war. Someone wanted control. Second file opened. Creator: Dr. Jonas Creed. Mission: Save both species. Terminate project if compromised. Before he could read more, a voice echoed through the bay. You're surrounded, human. Hand over the girl. Alex turned. Ziyari soldiers stood at every entrance. Tall, armored, eyes glowing behind masks. The lead one stepped forward, lowering his weapon. We don't want to kill you, the alien said. We want her. That's all. Alex raised his hands, keeping calm. You don't need to do this. She's not your enemy. The alien stepped closer. No, Doctor. She's worse. She's proof. Proof of what? That everything we told the galaxy was a lie. The girl stepped forward. You're afraid of me, she said quietly. The soldier stared at her. You were never supposed to survive. Your father broke every law. He risked everything to create you. Now we erase you. Alex looked at the broken pod. What if I gave you something else instead? He said quickly. Something your leaders would kill for. The soldier tilted his head. Alex reached into the pod, pulled out the second serum vial. This is what you want, he said. Pure cure, engineered by a human who understood both sides. The alien hesitated. Behind the mask, Alex could see the flicker of uncertainty. Give it to me, the soldier said. Alex glanced at the girl. She nodded slightly. He threw the vial, but not at the soldier. He threw it into the air behind him. Bang! The girl fired a small pulse weapon from the pod controls. The vial exploded mid-air, releasing a blinding cloud of mist. Run! Alex shouted. They darted into the maze of crates. Chaos erupted as the mist confused the Ziyari soldiers. Alex and the girl slipped through a maintenance shaft, crawling fast, hearing angry voices behind them. We'll find you, one shouted. She belongs to us. As they climbed up into an old elevator shaft, the girl gasped. You didn't have to destroy the cure. Alex looked at her. That wasn't the real one. He pulled the real vial from his coat. Your father was smart. He made 2 copies. They reached the top and burst into Bay 17. Counselor Ulick's ship was there, just as promised. Alex turned to her. Are you ready? No, she said. But let's go anyway. The ship launched, engines roaring. Behind them, the station disappeared into the black void of space. But Alex knew this was only the beginning. She wasn't just a patient anymore. She was a secret, a cure, and a target. The secret she was hiding. The stars outside the ship's window blurred into long lines as the engines jumped into hyperspace. Dr. Alex Rowan leaned back in the pilot seat, breathing hard. Behind him, the girl, now simply called Sarah, sat quietly, staring at the blinking lights across the console. Her eyes weren't afraid anymore. They were focused. Danger still followed them. The Ziyari hunters wouldn't give up. But for the first time, Alex felt like they were finally ahead. They had the serum. They had the truth. And maybe they had a chance. We're clear, Alex said. For now. Sarah didn't answer. She was holding something in her hands, an old memory crystal recovered from her father's secret lab on the station. My father left messages on this, she whispered. He said one day I'd have to finish what he started. Alex nodded. Then let's see what he left you. He connected the crystal to the ship's console. A hologram flickered to life in front of them. The image was grainy, glitching, but the voice was clear. Commander Jonas Creed. If you're watching this, I'm gone. And the war hasn't ended, it's just changed its mask. They told us the plague came from the Ziyari. They lied. It was made by the Council. Alex froze. The Galactic Council? The same council that had sworn to protect the galaxy? The same one that sent him to work among the stars? The hologram continued. They wanted control, so they released a virus no species had immunity to, except us, humans. We survived faster, adapted quicker. They feared that. So they blamed the Ziyari and made peace on their own terms. Sarah's voice was cold. They started the war, not the Ziyari, not my people. Alex clenched his fists. Everything he believed, his mission, the peace program, the interspecies unity, was built on a lie. I created you, Sarah, the message continued. Not to be a weapon, but to be the truth they can't bury. Your blood carries the key to undoing what they've done. But if they find you, they'll use you or kill you. The hologram ended. Silence. For a long moment, neither of them spoke. Then Alex said, "We can't trust anyone." Sarah looked up. "Not even Julik?" Alex hesitated. Maybe not." The ship's console beeped. Incoming signal, a familiar voice. Counselor Julik, Dr. Rowan. His voice echoed through the speakers, calm and serious. "I know you're listening, and I know you found the file." Alex narrowed his eyes. "Don't trust anything you read," Julik continued. "Commander Creed was a brilliant man, but in the end, he was unstable. We only ever wanted peace." Sarah leaned forward. "Then why are you hunting us?" Julik paused. "Because peace has a price, and sometimes that price is truth." The transmission cut off. The screen went dark. Alex turned to Sarah. "We need to disappear, now." But it was too late. An alert flashed on the ship's system. Tracking signal detected. "Origin, internal." "What?" Alex said. "Someone planted a beacon." He checked the system. His heart stopped. The beacon wasn't planted by Julik. It was embedded in the serum vial, the real cure. "They knew," Alex whispered. "They always knew we'd take it." Sarah's face darkened. "They used my father's work to track us." "We have to destroy the serum," Alex said. "No," Sarah replied. "We can't. It's the only proof we have. It's the only way to cure others." "Then we hide it," Alex said. "Somewhere they can't find it." Suddenly a voice came from behind them. "You don't need to hide it." Alex turned sharply. His old mentor, Dr. Miller, stepped through the back of the ship. Alex's blood ran cold. "How did you get on this ship?" he demanded. Malar smiled calmly. "I've been here since you launched. Julik sent me. I told him you might run. And I was right." Alex reached for a weapon, but Miller already had one in hand. "Don't," Miller said. "You're too good for violence." "You lied to me," Alex growled. "You told me we were building peace." "We were," Miller replied. "But peace isn't built on kindness. It's built on control. People don't understand freedom, Alex. They fear it. But with the serum, we can guide them." "You mean rule them," Alex said. Milar nodded. "Only until they're ready." Sarah stepped forward, her voice trembling but strong. "You used my father. You used me. Your father believed in unity," Milar said. "He just didn't have the stomach to finish it." "And I suppose you do?" she asked. "I do," Milar answered. "But I'm giving you both a choice. Hand me the serum and walk away. Disappear. You'll never be hunted again." Alex looked at the vial, then at Milar, then at Sarah. "What do you want to do?" he asked her. Sarah's eyes burned. "I want to burn their lies to the ground." Alex smiled. "Then let's do it." With one quick move, he activated the ship's emergency escape protocol, locking the controls and triggering a countdown. "What are you doing?" Malar shouted. "You want the serum?" Alex said. "Go find it." He tossed the vial into the emergency pod and launched it out into deep space. Coordinates unknown. Miller screamed in rage, firing his weapon, but Alex and Sarah dove behind the console. In the chaos, Alex hit the power override. The ship jumped. Random coordinates engaged. Everything blurred, and then silence. They had escaped. Again. But now, they had enemies everywhere. No cure, no allies. Just a truth too powerful to ignore. And a war coming for them. Hunted by aliens, saved by a human. The stars vanished. One moment, the ship was flying through hyperspace, engines burning bright. The next, everything went black. Alarms screamed, lights flickered, and then crash. Metal tore, gravity twisted, and silence swallowed them. Dr. Alex Rowan woke up face down, blood running from a cut above his eyebrow. The ship was dead. Smoke filled the broken cockpit. Somewhere nearby, sparks danced like fireflies. Beside him, Sarah groaned, pinned under a metal beam. "Hang on," Alex coughed, dragging himself toward her. "Don't move." He lifted the beam with shaking hands. She pulled free, gasping for air. Her left arm was burned, but she was alive. Outside, sand whipped across the view screen. A golden sky burned with twin suns. "Where are we?" she asked. Alex looked at the console. Nothing. No readings, no star map, no coordinates. "Off-grid," he said. "Completely." Sarah stepped out of the ship first. The heat hit her like a wall. Orange deserts stretched across the horizon. Broken ruins rose from the sand. Towers, temples, and crashed ships from another time. "This isn't just a planet," she whispered. "This is a graveyard." Alex scanned the ruins. He spotted something strange. Symbols on a nearby stone. Not alien, not Zyari. Human. Old Earth writing. Faded. Ancient. Forgotten. "Someone's been here before," he said. A shadow moved in the distance. Alex raised his arm. "We're not alone." Suddenly the sand burst open around them. Figures in desert armor emerged, weapons aimed, cloaked in tattered robes, faces hidden behind metal masks. "Hands up," one shouted in perfect English. Alex froze. "We're not your enemy." "No," the figure replied. "But she might be." They pointed at Sarah. She raised her hands slowly. "Who are you?" The figure stepped closer, pulled off his mask. He was human, older, sunburned, eyes sharp like a blade. "We're the Forgotten," he said, "the ones the council erased." Inside an underground cave, lit by solar lanterns and burning torches, Alex and Sarah sat across from the leader of the desert survivors, a group of humans and aliens who had escaped the council's lies years, or they lived here in hiding, building something new. "We call this place Haven," said the leader, Commander Wren. "We've been off the grid for over a decade, ever since we learned the truth about the plague and the war." Alex leaned forward. "You know about Project Morrow?" "We helped build it," Wren replied. "Before they shut it down. Before they erased every file, every scientist, every witness." Sarah looked shocked. "Then you knew my father." "Jonas Creed." Wren nodded. "He came here once, years ago, left behind encrypted data, said one day his daughter would come, that she'd carry the spark." Alex reached into his coat. "The serum is gone. We launched it into deep space to protect it." Wren smiled. "Good. We already have what we need. What matters isn't the vial, it's her." Sarah's eyes widened. "Me?" "Your DNA is the living cure," Wren said. "And your memories. They hold the final coordinates, the last vault of Creed's data." Suddenly, a voice screamed from the tunnel. "Incoming! Enemy dropships!" Everyone jumped to their feet. Outside, the sky burned red. Zyari hunter ships had tracked them. "How?" Alex asked. Wren scowled. "They followed the ship's trail. They always do." Explosions shook the cave. Dust rained from the ceiling. "We have to move," Wren ordered. "Get her to the command core." Alex and Sarah ran through the tunnels, guided by rebel soldiers. "We need to access your memories," Alex said. "You said your father uploaded data into your mind?" "Not just memories," she whispered. "He gave me a code." "What kind of code?" They reached a sealed door. Inside was a glowing platform, old tech, Earth tech. "This is a neural bridge," Alex said. "It'll let you unlock what's hidden." Sarah stepped onto the platform. Her hands trembled. "What if it changes me?" she asked. Alex walked closer. "Then we changed together." She smiled just for a second, then closed her eyes. The machine activated. Her body froze. Her mind fell inward. Visions flashed, her father smiling. The war, bombs falling, the council's secret meeting. A vault, hidden beneath an ocean moon. Coordinates, a name, Alicia Protocol, she gasped, collapsing as the machine shut down. Alex caught her. What did you see? A vault, she whispered, with the full cure, and proof that the Council engineered the plague. Where is it? Deep in Council space, under their capital. Alex stood, face hardening. Then came the final explosion. Part of the cave collapsed. Wren's voice called out, "You two, go! Take the speeder and run, we'll hold them off." "We can't leave you," Alex began. "We're already ghosts," Wren said. "But you're fire." As the cave crumbled behind them, Alex and Sarah shot into the desert on an old hover speeder. Above them, the Ziyari ship searched the sky. But it was too late. They were gone. And now, they had everything. A cure, a destination, and the truth. But to reveal it, they would have to go straight into the heart of the enemy. The truth that changed the galaxy darkness filled the void as the stealth shuttle drifted toward the capital. Sarah stood near the viewing glass, her reflection lit by the glowing blue rings of Zerion Prime, the heart of the Galactic Council. Its towers reached the sky like sharp knives, and its airspace buzzed with patrol ships, surveillance drones, and invisible scanners. "Last chance to back out," Dr. Alex Rowan said quietly, stepping beside her. She didn't answer immediately. Instead, she raised her hand, and for the first time she wasn't shaking. "My whole life they said I didn't belong, that I was a mistake. Today, I make them say something else." Alex nodded. "Let's end this." The shuttle, cloaked in stolen tech from the Desert Resistance, landed inside an unmarked maintenance port beneath the Council's tower. They had 20 minutes before the system rebooted, and their presence was detected. They ran through metal corridors, avoiding cameras, bypassing locked doors. Alex carried a data pad. Inside was the vault code from Sarah's memory mapped to the central archive, a place no one had entered in years. Sarah carried only one thing, a small device containing her father's final message. The proof. If they could reach the Hall of Worlds, the public broadcast chamber, she could speak, but the corridors grew colder as they moved upward. "We're not alone," Alex whispered. As they turned a corner, Mailer stood waiting. The traitor, the former mentor, the man who had betrayed them in the shadows of the stars. "You really came here," Malar said softly. "You could have lived your lives quietly, but you had to be heroes." Alex stepped in front of Sarah. "Get out of our way." Meller shook his head. "It's already over, Alex. The Council knows. They're waiting for you in the chamber. The moment you speak, they'll kill you." Sarah stepped beside Alex. "Then let them try." Millar's eyes burned. "You're just a child, a science experiment. You think they'll listen to you?" "No," she replied. "But the galaxy will." Millar raised his weapon before he could fire. Bang! A single shot echoed. Millar dropped his weapon, gasping, his leg bleeding. From the shadows, Counselor Julik appeared. He lowered his blaster. "I owed you a debt, Alex. I just paid it." Alex stared at him. "Why?" Julik looked tired. "I once believed in peace. Now I want redemption." He handed Alex a passkey. "This opens the chamber. Go, before I change my mind." They ran. The Hall of Worlds was vast and silent. It floated like a temple in the sky, surrounded by light. Holograms of every known species lined the walls. Above, a projection of the galaxy turned slowly, stars blinking in eternal silence. Hundreds of council members sat around the central platform. They stared as Alex and Sarah stepped into the circle. Security forces moved to arrest them. But Julik's override key held the system in lockdown for 60 seconds. Just enough time. Sarah stepped forward. A camera drone hovered in front of her. Live broadcast to every colony, every ship, every planet. She held up the device. "My name is Sarah Creed," she said. "My father was Jonas Creed, and I was born from both human and Ziyari blood." A ripple of gasps filled the hall. "I was called a mistake, but my blood carries the cure to a plague your council created." She activated the file. Holograms filled the air. Documents, war plans, virus designs. All proof that the plague had been engineered as control, not by the Zayari, but by the Council itself. Chaos erupted. Some counselors shouted. Others stood in shock. One screamed, "Shut it down." But it was too late. Millions were watching. Across the galaxy, the feed was live. "You used fear to rule," Sarah said, her voice strong. "But fear ends today." Guards ran toward them. Alex pulled Sarah behind him, ready to fight. But the chamber doors flew open, and the desert resistance burst in, led by Commander Wren, backed by Zayari defectors. And humans who remembered. "Stand down," Wren shouted. "We're not here for war. We're here for truth." The guards hesitated, then slowly dropped their weapons. 3 hours later, the galaxy changed. The Council was arrested. Malar was taken into custody. New elections were called. Sarah was granted full rights as a citizen of both species, and Alex Rowan was cleared of all charges. But more than that, the cure was shared freely. Not as a weapon, but as a gift. In the years that followed, a new clinic was built on the border world of Elysia. They called it the Unity Core. At its center, a statue stood, 2 hands, one human, one alien, holding a heart between them. Beneath it the words, "She wasn't supposed to survive, but she did, and she saved us all." Somewhere far away on a quiet night, Alex stood on a hill under a sky full of stars. Sarah stepped beside him. "You still think we did the right thing?" she asked. He looked at her. "We didn't just do the right thing," he said. "We started something they'll never forget." She smiled, and in the sky above them a new star was born.